Now, over the weekend, a video emerged online of Malindi MP Aisha Jumwa in which she could be seen swaggering in front of the camera with a complete commentary on her travel plans. The spring in her step would have led any casual observer into believing that she had just been nominated for some prestigious award, and in the company of a young girl who appeared just as enthused. It looked as if she was now heading for the gala night to receive her top prize. But far from it, that commentary and the swagger was simply because she was going to Port Police in Mombasa, not to report a crime, but to answer to summonses for alleged criminal activities. Now, the charges that awaited the Malindi MP were serious ones: corruption, conflict of interest, money laundering, acquisition of proceeds of crime, forgery, etc. And they all related to the loss of some 19 million shillings from the Malindi National Government CDF. Now, I don't have any reason at all to believe that the MP has anything to do with this alleged theft. That question is now properly before a competent court, and I'm sure the people of Malindi are eagerly waiting for the determination of the same. But I am just intrigued by this emerging trend where being associated with bad things appears to be some kind of a badge of honor in this country. I'm yet to reconcile my mind with the new normal which it appears to be in this country, that it's now honorable to be accused of such hair-raising crimes as money laundering, forgery, and the like. You see, when I was growing up on the shores of Lake Victoria, I was taught that certain things were bad and others were good. I was taught, for instance, that it was good to respect other people and their property too. I was taught to be polite and kind. I was taught by my parents that stealing was out of the question. In fact, whenever I would come home from school with something, my mother would inspect my bag to see if there was any foreign item there. And if by chance there was a pencil or a book she couldn't recognize, then I had to take it right back to the owner, however far their home was, before I could even remove my school uniform. Never mind that it was almost always an item I had simply borrowed and somehow never returned. Often a beating would accompany this inspection exercise. I was therefore taught that being associated with good things was worth celebrating, and being associated with bad things was shameful. It was that clear. I'm well aware that our Constitution accords every person that is accused the presumption of innocence until their guilt is established by the courts. This right is obviously available to the politicians as well. But tonight my concern is about integrity, decency, and those values and virtues that pepper nearly every chapter of our Constitution. How are our children to believe that corruption is a bad thing when its mere mention is a source of pride and celebration? When politicians pack courtrooms with their tribesmen and women to attend a corruption case, who is to believe that stealing from the public is a lonely, painful road? When politicians campaign and win on the back of questionable wealth, can we convince anyone that corruption does not pay? It is no wonder that even the current discussion on KEMSA procurement saga is so dominated by politicians that you would think that KEMSA is the name of the newest political party in town. So tonight I am back to dreaming about a Kenya where corruption is so shameful that the very mention of it will make suspects hide in shame. A Kenya where no public official who is implicated in corruption will wait for public pressure for them to step aside to allow for investigations. A Kenya where the line between right and wrong would be so clear as to be seen from outer space. A Kenya where public office would have honor and dignity. For as the great Thomas Jefferson once said, and I quote, "Public office was not made for private convenience." And that is my angle for the week.